Good morning, YouTube. So, it looks like we are continuing the plan that we are going to chop around for a couple more weeks. And this is the shorter time frame cycle count that I'm following, and I think we are heading back down to the 200 SMA. So probably another sell-off in the coming weeks, and then we get those rate cuts, which will be the catalyst that sends us higher. And this is, of course, in line with the plan that I showed last video, that we continue to shop into the weekly cycle low, then we get one final push either to 136, but I've also added the 175 target because I can't rule it out. We could get there, but even though I think this is more likely, we could still get here. And I've also added one more level for the bear market, which is pretty much the all-time high on the monthly last year. You can see. So from this top, that's a 55% drop. From this top, 64, 65. So I don't, the whole idea, I see a lot of people talking about this apocalyptic bear market, worst bear market ever, and I see every normie that I talk to is like excited to buy that low, like a generational bottom, to buy that low and then like ride, like play a perfect cycle next cycle. And I don't think the market is going to give people that opportunity. I think that would be too easy, because everyone is talking about it, and everyone is just looking to sell a top and buy back in 80% lower, and that's not the reality of markets. You're not gonna get that. Now let's move on. So Bitcoin, the plan is still intact. We are moving sideways, continuing to move lower. Shorter time frame, I think we are getting back probably all the way down here to 103k. Meanwhile, I think alts will hold up better. I don't think that alts will necessarily pump, but I do think that if Bitcoin drops 4%, alts might stay flat or might even gain a couple of percent, because I think that's where we are in the cycle. You can see here on Bitcoin dominance, we are about to close a very bullish weekly candle. If we close like this, it speaks to more downside. Now the only chart really that I'm kind of concerned about is the tether dominance, which did actually break this 2-day level, and we're now rejecting off here, which is good to see. However, the monthly close, look at this wick. This speaks absorption. Of course, like, maybe you don't need to take this chart too much into consideration, but if there's anything that kind of like speaks against bullishness, is this monthly close here, because this just looks like we're going to continue higher, and if tether dominance continues higher, then everything else is going to bleed. So keep an eye out for that, but I think Bitcoin dominance speaks for continued push down. Of course, if Bitcoin dominance bleeds and tether dominance goes up, it could just be a rotation from Bitcoin into stables and alts bleeding, but the really good chart I'm gonna show you is this chart, the total 3 against Bitcoin that you've seen Ben Cohen talk about, and you can see how we have now, we're getting really close to, on the weekly, to cross above 0 line and MACD, and also on the monthly you can see how we got a bullish cross with bullish divergence on the MACD as well, and RSI is climbing towards 50 mark. So to me this chart has bottomed. It very much looks like it has bottomed given the strength of the indicators. So that's why I'm leaning bullish towards altcoins, but I think Bitcoin remains heavy, and I'm not going to pay too much attention to the monthly close on the tether dominance. Ethereum, there's really not much to say here. Keeps chopping around, and I still think we're gonna get that final push up. The important chart to watch is probably the ETH BTC chart. If we move out to the monthly, you can see this is my bull market target, the main target that I'm watching, and I think we hit this, we sell off in the next bear market into any of these zones, and then the next bull market we probably break out. But I don't think we reach these highs. I think a lot of people are targeting some trend line like this, or maybe these highs, and I think this monthly supply will be difficult to get through. Let's talk a little bit about ADA as a large cap altcoin, and kind of a similar idea here to the BTC chart. I think a lot of people, including me back in the day, targeting this trend line here, which probably will be a trap. So I would be careful around this level here, because I think this could be the top for ADA. I'm drawing a little like this, and then we go down again. Solana to ETH, I still don't think that Solana is the play over Ethereum, even though this monthly looks like a good close, or this long wick here, but you see we got the same thing here, we just bled through. And like overall, I would buy Solana in this green box here, not up here. On the shorter time frame, of course, we have a couple of levels. We hit one here, but yeah, again, I don't think the Solana play is worth the risk in this part of the cycle. We can open up core, and you can look at the core to BTC on the 3-day. You can see here how we're gaining momentum right now. This speaks to accumulation at the lows. Similar thing on the core to ETH chart. You can see here on the 3-day we're about to cross bullish, and you can see how strength is just increasing as the price goes down. Another one we can look at is Acash, which is a similar deal. how we're just gaining strength as price goes down. So speaks to accumulation. And against ETH as well, we just got that bullish cross with bullish divergence. Money right now is probably rotating out the risk curve towards these really small caps, which is normal and to be expected when Ethereum trades around all-time highs. Because when Ethereum eventually breaks out, these small caps alt will go nuts and Bitcoin dominance will plummet back to lows. So this is the last phase of the cycle, and it's the highest risk phase, and it's where you can obviously gain the most amount of money in the shortest amount of time, but also you can easily get greedy and give it all back to the market if you don't play it safe and have some realistic levels in mind. Don't listen too much to all this bullish news, and it's only going to get more and more bullish as price climbs and as everything goes parabolic. And you're easily gonna get sucked into bullish narratives, and as that happens you have to become increasingly bearish. Try to be contrarian, but not too contrarian at the same time, if that makes sense. Anyways, thank you for watching, and I'm gonna try to be more consistent with my uploads in the future. Bye!